Hello everyone, Peter back with another deck of you. Today we have the newest Skull and Bones decks from Conjuring Arts and Expert Playing Cards. They only released 345 reads and only for a couple of days on a weekend a few weeks ago. The front of the top cases, they don't say anything. You got this nice skull on there. This is actually embroidered. It's actually stitched into there. It's very interesting. There's gold color. Nothing on the side. It's got like a matte type finish. Top says Skull and Bones under the seal. The bottom, this one says Stud Finish, and this one says JN Finish. I'll get into that in a bit. And the back says say Expert. The seal, stamp type seal that says do not circulate under pain of death. Do not circulate under pain of death, whatever that means. With a skull on there, that's a sample. These are sample editions. Nothing on the flaps. What these are decks that were produced using some new stocks and finishes to try to emulate some classic stocks. The first one is try to replicate the stud finish, and then the other one is trying to replicate the Jerry Nuggets finish. You get a couple of jokers. These are, of course, designed by Jackson Robinson. I think it's the same as the previous one. It says Joker in the corner, the Expert Playing Card Company. You see it's a Jack in the Box. It says Superior Brand on the can. It's popped out and says Superior Brand Playing Cards, New York, New York on the bottom. And the other one, it hasn't popped out yet, and it says Joker in the corner is in red. The back design, gold and black, which is different than the previous ones, I believe, but still overall the same idea. And then the Ace of Spades says Superior Brand on it, on the pip, on the logo, and it says Skull and Bones, the Expert Playing Card Company, and then Superior Brand Playing Cards on the bottom. Excuse me. The court cards, they got really nice colors. I think they do have metallic inks throughout the entire deck. Very nice colors on the court cards, but just your straightforward Expert Playing Card Company court cards and straightforward number cards. Now the stud finish is actually embossed linen finish, and it's actually a very thin stock, nice and snappy. The JN finish is actually basically smooth finish, and it's a bit thicker, and definitely not as, well, I mean, it's snappy as well. They're both nice and snappy, but it definitely feels a little bit thicker, and it's also smooth type finish. This feels more like your standard traditional Expert Playing Card Company finish. Obviously, they're not exact replicas of stud and Jerry Nugget finishes, but that's to be expected, but they're just trying to emulate it. The stud one, a little bit of clumping, oops, but you know, it seems to handle pretty decently outside of that. The JN one, clumping as well. So overall, not the best handling with Ivory stock. I don't know if they're going to proceed with them, if maybe other people have more luck with them. I do kind of prefer this one. You can almost see a bit of a color difference from one to the other, because this one is shinier and smooth, and this one's got the embossing. But it is what it is. Overall, pretty interesting release. I don't understand how they had 345 or whatever it was samples, whatever. They're okay. Obviously, you can't find them right now unless you buy them in the aftermarket on eBay or whatever, and they're gonna cost more money for sure. Overall, I'd probably say 7 out of 10, maybe a little bit less, just because the handling isn't what we usually expect. But I mean, at least they weren't overpriced or anything. Nice tuck cases, nice interesting embroidery. This is actually seen before. The first time they did the embroidery was Legends playing cards on their Egyptian edition deck, or was it Persian edition? I don't remember whichever one was the last one they did. Anyway, yeah, they're pretty interesting nonetheless. That is that. Comment, subscribe, let me know what you think. Check out collectiblepointcards.com. Use the code VJJ to save 10% on it, and I'll see you next time with more.